My daughter banned me from her wedding that I paid for, so I secretly cancelled it all. The morning sun filtered through the curtains of my study, painting golden streaks across the old mahogany desk. Stacks of receipts, contracts and venue agreements lay before me, like trophies of a battle I thought I was winning. I had paid for everything. The grand ballroom at the hotel, the floral arrangements imported from overseas, the band that charged more than my yearly mortgage. Every detail of this wedding was a piece of me. I had envisioned the moment I would walk my daughter down the aisle, the silk of her gown brushing against my arm, the scent of white roses filling the air, the sound of hushed admiration as we moved toward the altar. That vision shattered with one single sentence. "Father, you are not invited." Her voice was cold, flat, like glass breaking inside my chest. I stood in her living room, surrounded by the pastel colors she loved so much. The walls were decorated with photographs of her and her fiancé smiling at beaches, mountaintops and candlelit dinners. Not a single photo of me. Her words repeated in my head, echoing with each second. "You are not invited." I felt the carpet soften beneath my shoes, as though the floor itself rejected me. The air smelled faintly of lavender, but it did nothing to calm the burn rising in my chest. I wanted to ask why. I wanted to shout, but my tongue was heavy. My heartbeat thundered in my ears louder than her fiancé's polite cough in the corner. I left without speaking. The night that followed stretched endlessly. Rain slapped against my windows as I sat in the study, staring at the wedding folder. Each receipt was proof of my sacrifice. Every dollar was a promise, and now I was locked outside the very promise I had built. My hands trembled as I held the phone. One call to the venue, one call to the florist, one call to the band. My voice was steady though my heart raced. Every contract had my name, every signature was mine, and with each cancellation, I felt the quiet satisfaction of control returning to me. The ballroom fell silent. The flowers would never arrive. The music would never play. I did not sleep that night. When dawn broke, I imagined her expression, the panic, the confusion, the whispers spreading like wildfire through her guests. The moment of shock would belong to her, not to me. I had been banned from her wedding, but I held the power to erase it, and I did. The day of the wedding arrived. The sky was a clear blue, as if mocking the storm I had created. I drove past the hotel. Cars lined the street, guests dressed in shimmering clothes stepping onto the pavement with smiles. Then I saw it, the hotel manager standing outside the ballroom doors, his arms crossed. A growing cluster of guests murmured with confusion, their joy dissolving into agitation. The floral archway never stood. The musicians never tuned their instruments. The grand hall remained dark and empty. And my daughter stood among them, her gown gleaming like a blade under the sunlight, her face pale with disbelief. She searched the crowd. Her lips trembled. For the first time her eyes fell on me. Not with the defiance she carried days ago, but with something else, a recognition, a realization. The air between us was heavy, filled with everything we had never said. I felt my chest ache, not with victory, but with sorrow. She had wanted me gone. Now I had given her absence in its truest form. No music, no flowers, no celebration, only silence. I turned the key in my car. The engine roared to life. The sound masked the distant cries rising behind me. As I drove away, the hotel disappeared in the mirror, and so did the wedding that never was. But the silence followed me. It sat in the passenger seat like a shadow. A reminder that sometimes revenge does not taste sweet. It tastes like ash, and it lingers long after the fire is gone.